Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be talking everything about PCOD. Now before we get started with today's video, I would like to tell you that I am someone who has suffered PCOD for 4 years straight, and it is completely okay to have PCOD. Just because you have it doesn't mean that it is the end of your life or you're at this last stage of your life or anything like that. Okay, and almost every other woman has it. Okay, there could be various reasons to it too that we will discuss as we go ahead in the video. And also, yes, one more thing I'd like to tell you is that men cannot have PCOD because they do not have ovaries. Okay, the most practical answer to it. And yeah, whatever things that I'm going to be telling you over here are some things that I've taken from my experience, some things that I've seen up and around, and some things that I have read in blogs, articles, seen videos about some doctors who are talking about it. I will leave some in the description box for you to have more and more knowledge about it, because I'm not a doctor. I would not like to tell you a couple of things and this and that. So yeah, that is it, and let's get started with the video. The first question is, what is PCOD and what is PCOS? Okay, and are they both the same thing? Now, a lot of people do have this misunderstanding because they do not have enough knowledge. Okay, is that PCOD and PCOS are not the same thing, they're completely two different things. Is that when PCOD goes out of hand, that's when you actually get PCOS. Okay, and the way to figure out that you have PCOS is you will understand that there will be this unusual fat in your entire belly region. That's how you will understand that you have PCOS. Now, as for me, I had PCOD. I took all the necessary precautions in time. As a result, I did not jump to PCOS at all. Okay, and PCOD basically means polycystic ovarian disorder. Some people call it as disease too, and PCOS means that you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now, what do these terms basically mean? These basically mean that you have multiple cysts. Cysts also, to give you a more simpler understanding, is that you have multiple pimples or acne that you might, a lot of people try to call it, on your ovaries, and that's how it technically happens to you. The second question is that, do only fat people or do only thin people get PCOD or PCOS? I don't know why do a lot of people still have a myth that just because you are thin you cannot have PCOD, or just because you are fat you will have PCOD. No, it can happen to anyone, irrespective you are thin or you're fat. To have PCOD or to have PCOS, it doesn't mean that you have to be a specific body shape or a specific body type. That is a big myth that you should really understand, that no, it can happen to any woman of any body shape and any body size. The third question is, are there any specific symptoms? Yes, obviously, yes, there are a couple of symptoms. The first one being missing your periods. So, in my case, that was not the thing. The second one is having a lot of facial hair. Now, in general, touch wood, I am genetically blessed with good hair, so I did have a lot of facial hair. The third symptom is unusual weight gain or weight loss, for that matter. So in my case, that was nothing. The fourth one is having a lot of acne and pimple. Yes, that was the thing in my case. I had a lot of acne and pimple, to a level where I even had it on my eyebrows. So I had way too much, and I just gone to my dermat to get a cleanup, and that's when she was the one who suggested me that you should just have a checkup done and see what is it exactly and all. And I was like, ठीक है, एक checkup कराने में क्या, I mean there's nothing like that. And then when my checkup was done, my doctor told me that I had it, and the fact that I should take care, or else if I don't take care there would be really severe problems that I could encounter in the future. I will come to that, what she told me, and also the fact that what she told me in 2016, I got a living proof of that in 2020. I will come to that too. So that is what it is. The fourth question is, how does PCOD exactly happen? There are two possible reasons for it. One being genetics, which was not the scene in my case. Okay, my mom and dad, both the sides, they do not have any history of PCOD or PCOS, or even for that matter, my masis or my kakis or anybody, none of them had it. Okay, so I'm basically the first person to have it. Now, I had it because of a very, very pathetic lifestyle that I had. Now, pathetic is also not the word if I had to give it to my lifestyle. I had a very, very terrible lifestyle. If I had to tell you what my lifestyle was then, it was basically starting my day with a cup of milk, rushing to my classes. After my classes, I would have one or two plates of idli, which I still love having. Okay, and then rush to college, and after college, in a break, have chili cheese toast, because chili cheese toast was like the hot topic back then because it had just come out and all of that situation. And because I was in SIS college, I would also have this handi, which you get it for 10 rupees. That man still sells handi near SIS college. So you should definitely have it. It was for 10 rupees. I would get 4 handis plus that chana and potato mixed this thing. I would eat that. I would eat chili cheese toast. I would have 6 bottles of Coke, and not just uh, like any small bottle of it, but that 40 rupees wala bottle. Okay, I would have 6 bottles of it in one day, and I would have it all 6 days of the week. Yep, I would actually do that. And then my lunch included um, a burger, a fries. Okay, and after attending all my lectures at 6:30, I would go and have a pizza. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would have all of these things outside, and then I would come home and still have dinner, and I was still hungry, and I would have Maggie at 1 o'clock in the night. And this was like an everyday phenomenon for me. I would actually do this every single day. Yeah, that's how my lifestyle was, and I would barely sleep and all of those things. So yeah, the fifth question is, have I suffered it and can I get rid of it? And if I got rid of it, how did I get rid of it? Are there any medications? And so many questions. So yes, I did suffer it for 4 years straight. I got rid of it, yes. But did I have any medications? No, not at all. I am someone who hates eating even a croissant. I will eat any sort of medicine only and only when I know that okay, all the remaining doors are closed and I will have to eat the medicine. That's when I will actually eat a medicine, or else I'm not a person who likes to have like pills, or even for that matter any syrups or anything like that. I completely hate it. When I went to my doctor, even she told me that please take this medication, please take that medication, and this and that, and you will get rid of it, or it will help you make feel better and all of that. But my gut feeling said that no, I know I will be able to do it and this and that. However, there is only one specific medicine which I had taken, and that too in the 4 years span, I have just taken it twice, which is Overall L. Now, this is a medicine I am telling you to not take until and unless you have a doctor's prescription for it. Okay, I took that medicine only and only because I had missed my periods for 2 to 3 months straight, and that's what I'm saying. See, I missed it for 3 months straight, and then I went to the doctor saying that okay, now my periods have not come. Please give me some sort of a medicine. And 3 months later, the periods that I got were extremely painful. I got fever, I got headache, nausea, and all of that. But yeah, that's the only and only medicine I took. Now, in my case, when I had PCOD, I was again blessed, touch wood. I had regular periods. Okay, I had like 30-32 days may, or sometimes in just 25-26 days, and sometimes I would even get it twice a month, but I never missed my period. Okay, that was in my case, but in a lot of other cases there are people who actually miss their periods, and it's completely okay for them. But I am not someone who would like missing her period date at all. So I would always ensure that I would count my days, and if I know that okay, my period date is like next week, so from this week itself I would start having half a papaya on an everyday basis. So when say for example my period came last month on the 15th or 16th, so this month also it comes in the same date, and thankfully it came, and I was very very happy with that. Now the next question is, now if in case you have any medications, are there any side effects of it? Now I will tell you, it depends on what sort of medicine you have. Some people say that you should have homeopathy. I've seen a lot of people who rely on homeopathy a lot, and some people who say that you should have the other medicines that are available. Now again, it depends on you. I will not say that don't have medicines and this and that. I was very very stubborn to not have medicines even after my doctor told me that have it, because again I'm stubborn, so I do not have it. The side effects of medicines, yes, there could be a lot. Some that I have seen is losing a lot of hair. Second is having very very pathetic mood swings, and they lower your self-esteem. They make you feel really lethargic, and they just make you feel that why am I even getting up in the morning? I mean, there's no reason for me to live. I don't even think that I deserve this. And if anything nice happens to you, you'll be like, how is this nice thing which is happening to me? And this is the exact thing which even I felt during the 4 years of PCOD, and these are the things that I still feel. I'm not going to deny that even after being PCOD free, I still feel. Okay, and I'm trying to change that. So yeah, these are some couple of things that you will feel, and just instead of running away from those feelings, I will tell you, sit, acknowledge them, let those feelings affect you once and for all, and then let them go. Because if you keep on running away, they are going to chase you, and when the time comes to face them, I don't know how scary it can be for you. I have always been very straight about my feelings. Whatever they come, I always take them, absorb them, feel them, and then I just be like, okay, now please don't ever come back. They don't come back for a couple of days, which I'm very happy, but they keep on coming back to me. So yeah, that is a thing about medicines and side effects. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video that I did get rid of PCOD, was the process easy for me? I will say absolutely not. Absolutely, it was very very difficult for me. I fell off track a lot of times. I did feel like giving up a lot of times. I've cried a lot. I have gone back to my older lifestyle that I just mentioned in the earlier part of the video and this and that. But one thing I kept common is that I continued to do whatever I wanted to do. I took the pause button. Okay, I did hit the pause button, and I was like, you know what, मैं एक दो दिन का break ले लेती हूँ. But I woke up the third day and I was like, okay, let me do it. How did I start the process? In the beginning, I got really impulsive and tried to stop everything at once. The next week, I saw that I was consuming double the junk that I was already consuming. So instead of rushing so much, what I did is from 6.5 bottles, I started coming down to 5.5, 5, 4.5, 4, and that's how today I am at a stage where I drink the same 6 bottles of Coke that I would drink previously on an earlier everyday basis. I drink it almost like once a month. So that's how far I've come, and I'm planning to completely stop it, okay, and just drink it at maybe parties or something like that. But let's see, it's a process, it will happen. And when it comes to my food habits, the first thing I started is not eating Maggie in the night. The second thing I did is that not eating pizza in the evening. And then slowly and steadily I started taking dabba in college, and I started not having money with me. I would only take 20 rupees in my pocket, which is the amount that I would require for my bus traveling. 8 rupees coming and 8 rupees going back. I would not even have money for taxi, because at that point of time those sandwiches and Frankies were like barely 10 or 15 bucks, or maximum 20 bucks, nothing more than that. So in that 100 rupees also I could have a lot. So that's why I would just ensure that I would have 20 bucks, and the remaining 4 rupees which I had, I would put that in the savings dabba which I had. So that's how I did it for myself. And then I started working out. Now working out was a very difficult thing for me. I did not join a gym. I did not go anywhere outside because I knew that I was extremely unfit. Okay, so I started with doing 10 minutes abs for at least 2 months, and after those 10 minutes I could not even move. And after 2 months I was still continuing my 10-minute ab exercises, and then I would take a 15 or 20 minute break, and then I would do another 10-minute HIIT workouts and this and that. And then I also started doing ballet and all of those things. So I still do ballet. It's been yeah, it's been almost the same amount of time, 4.5 years. Yeah, so ballet started giving me happiness in this entire journey and all, and it's still giving me a lot of happiness. So I'm doing that, and then slowly and steadily everything fell into place, and here. The last question for the day is that if you have PCOD, what are the most severe things that can happen to you? I don't really know too many severe things that can happen to you, but one live example which is stuck into my head so bad is that when I had gone to my doctor for my sonography the first time, when I did not know I have PCOD and this and that. Okay, I remember I was lying with that gel and that thing, okay, on my stomach, and my doctor telling me that if you don't take care of yourself today, there will come a time in your life that you will not be able to conceive. What that basically means, to simplify it more, it basically means that I will not be able to become a mom, which is a thing I really joked it out, but it sort of stayed in my head. So that's how this entire booming thing happened of just getting it out. Okay, and this year in Jan 2020, when I went for my final checkup to understand that what is the situation with my PCOD, and that too again my doctor forced me for 3 months, and that's when I went in Jan 2020, or else I was in full firat to not go because I did not know what the end result is, and because I did not want to know the result, I did not go. But when I went, I was alone. I was sitting in the queue, and there was one lady whose number was after me. Okay, and she was very upset. So I was like, okay, I don't have anyone to talk to, so let me just talk to her. And I'm so glad I talked to her because she was 29 years old. She was gonna turn 13, I guess, March 2020. As far as my memory stays, I don't know what is it, but yeah, she was gonna turn 30 very soon, and she was trying to conceive, basically trying to become a mom from the age of 26 itself. Okay, and I was like, okay, I mean, you can become, because I mean, you can, okay, until and unless you have a problem. So she told that I have PCOD. And because of that, I have too many hormonal issues. My periods don't come on time, medicines are not working for me, and so many other things. That today it's been 3 years and she is still not able to conceive, only and only because of PCOD. And when I heard that, I was completely broken and I was into pieces. And also the fact that she has drinking habits and all of that. Also, I also have drinking habits, I'm not going to deny that. I also drink occasionally and this and that. But um, when I heard those things, I am so thankful that uh, I took the necessary steps and I ensure that my health is okay, so that in the future, my children, if I have a daughter, she doesn't have any of these issues, and she is born like a good healthy baby, so that my genetic uh, PCOD problem does not get passed on to her and all of that. And it's like, even right now when I'm thinking about it, I'm feeling so like, so that's what I'm telling you, if you have PCOD, PCOS, just try to get rid of it. And once you get rid of it, try to maintain that lifestyle, because if it comes back and if it goes out of hand and if some really severe things happen to you, then you don't know what might actually happen. So yeah, that is the most severe thing that can happen. And yeah, this is one thing that I would never want, me, that I would ever suffer something like this. So yeah, and I will not want you also as a viewer to suffer anything like this if you're a woman who's seeing this, and if you're a guy who's seeing this, and if you know that your girlfriend or your wife or someone like that has a problem, please understand them, ensure that they take the best care of themselves and this and that. Give them outside food. I'm not going to stop you, but at a limit of once in like 15 days or once a month and this and that, and ensure that you have proper ghar ka khana, which is the best way out too. So yeah, that is it. And if you made it till the end of the video, thank you so much for making it till the end. It really, really means a lot to me, specifically for this one. And I will see you in my next video. Bye. And also, if you have any sort of questions or any sort of anything more, please leave them in the comment section down below.